Hey YouTube, I've had a few people ask me to do a kind of a review and demonstration of my Alpha Stirling engine that I built here. Stirling engines were invented in the 1800s for pumping water out of coal mines, and they don't have a lot of power and they run off of any heat source. This particular engine runs off of a denatured alcohol burner. You could throw logs or an old tire underneath the end of there and burn it. And just the way it works, you've got a displacer piston and a power piston. The displacer piston, as the air heats up, it's forced back and forth between the hot and cold sides, and the cold side might only be a few degrees cooler, but it's just enough that air will expand and contract, causing the power piston to push and pull the crankshaft and rotate the flywheel. Now, I had it running just a little bit ago, so it's kind of warm yet, but I'll go ahead and fire it up here. Shouldn't take too long to warm up and get going. I made all the parts on this engine. Most of these parts have a lot of detail and curvatures. They were done on a CNC mill. Pretty simple program just to write and let it cut it out for you. Anything round like the heat sink here, the stand, brass cylinder, I did all that on a lathe, manually operated. So we'll just wait on it a minute here to warm up and see how fast she's going to run. It looks like it's going to take off there. Starts out pretty slow until the heat starts to radiate out through all these parts here. As it starts to warm up and really get to where you can barely touch it over here on the power cylinder, it tacks out about 540 RPM, and it'll sit there and run that all day long as you keep it supplied with denatured alcohol here. I guess I'll just rotate it around so you can kind of get a better view of all the parts of it. I need to go back and make a new flywheel. This was a little quickie job, and you can tell it's not balanced very well. If I set this on, say, the kitchen table, and let it get up to full speed, the whole table starts shaking back and forth. But I've got a piece of cast iron to be kind of heavy, but it might be a nice balanced flywheel, and it might get a lot higher RPM out of it. I don't know if you can hear that little ticking sound. It's got a rod knocking in the power cylinder over there. Got the wrist pin just a little bit undersized. Need to go back and replace that. You can tell it's starting to pick up RPM a little bit. And if we were to sit here, say, 10-15 minutes, it'd probably be about up to full speed. I might show you a little clip of that going full speed after a second here. Alright, now I used my phone to record this video, so I don't know how well the frame rate's going to pick up the motion here. You can see it's starting to shake back and forth a little bit from that flywheel being out of balance, but it's just about up to full speed now, and you can see it sails pretty good. So there you have it. That's my Alpha Stirling engine. Hope you enjoyed it.